Friends, we're in the last section of the body of the blanket, and today we'll be working on the last two parts, this section and also this beautiful textured part. So we've been out through this part and it's been great and wonderful seeing all your beautiful fashions. I love the different textures, the different stitches, and I'm sure you're loving it also. So let's go in and dive into the last part. Right, so this is the sampler in which I'm using to explain the stitches. Your part 3 must have ended on the wrong side, and to know the wrong side, that's where you have these parts. The right side as the petals. So you ended on the wrong side. Now to start the next section, if you're using different color of yarn, this is the point at which you need to change to a new yarn. But as I stated earlier, I'll continue with the same color. So you turn and have the right side facing you. If you're using a different color of yarn, you change over and continue with the same color. Now you chain one and work in half double crochet in each stitch across. So this is what I'll do throughout this row. I'll pause, and by the time I'm done, I'll be back to show you how it looks. Now I'm at the end of the row. We'll turn and row 2, chain 2, double crochet in first stitch, just a minute, skip next 2 stitches, and in the next stitch you work in 3 double crochet, yarn over, 1 double crochet, 2 and 3. See that? Skip 2 stitches and work in 3 double crochet in the next stitch. This is what we'll repeat throughout this row. Skip next 2 stitches, work in 3 double crochet in the next stitch. So we continue this repeat till the end of the row. So we'll repeat that till we have 4 more stitches remaining. We'll skip the next 3 stitches and we'll work in a double crochet in last stitch. Great. So this is what we have so far. We'll go to the next row, row 3, and we'll work in chain 2. We had 3 double crochet in each of the stitches across, or double crochet in the first stitch, since our chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Chain 2 now, work in a double crochet, chain 2, and then we'll go ahead to work in double crochet 3 together. We had 3 double crochets here, so we'll work in double crochet 3 together. See that? Yarn over and pull through the 4 loops. Chain 2, double crochet 3 together again. Yarn over, double chain 2, double crochet 3 together. This is how it looks. Let's do one together again. Chain 2, double crochet 3 together. See that? Yarn over and pull through. This is how it looks like. So you repeat this sequence till the end of the row. The third one goes here, and you do that. Double crochet 3 together. I'm at the end of the row. Chain 2, and you work in double crochet in last stitch. This is how your work should look like. So we'll go ahead to row 4 now, turn and chain 2. You skip the you work double crochet in the first stitch, skip the chain space, and then you work in 3 double crochet in next stitch. So you know we made 3 double crochet together here, so you work in 3 double crochet. See that? Skip next chain space and work in 3 double crochet in next stitch. 1, 2, and the third. Skip next chain space. This is the sequence you repeat till the end of the row, and you work in 1 double crochet in last stitch. I'll continue to the end of the row. At the end of the row, double crochet in last stitch. So we go to row 4. We finish row 4 now. The 5th row is a repeat of row 3, and that means we'll be repeating row 3 and row 4 till we have the desired measurements. Chain 2, double crochet in first stitch, chain 2, 3 double crochet together, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. See that? Chain 2, 3 double crochet together, chain 2, 3 double crochet together. We repeat this till the end of the row, and we'll work in a double crochet in the last stitch. So if you're using different colors and you wish to change your color, you can do so once you finish the repeats at this point. So we'll go to the last part, and you can switch to another color. These parts can be made in 2 colors or just 1. Row 1, chain 2, double crochet in the first stitch, double crochet in each of the stitches, to the end. So this is what it means. Since we have 2 chain spaces, you work in 2 double crochet in the chain space, a double crochet in this part, 2 double crochet in the chain space, this is to give us the exact number of stitches we had when we started this row. Remember, we skipped 3 stitches when we were working row 1, row 2 of this section. So we're going to work in 3 double crochet in the last stitch. So once you're at the end of the row, we'll come back to have a look at the next row. Row 2 is also a double crochet in all the stitches across. So chain 2 and turn, double crochet in each of the stitches across, We'll repeat this section till the end of the row, and I'll be back to show you what I have. For the last section, we'll be making this beautiful carry looking like stitches, and my tester suggested we name it the carry stitch. I think you like it. So I'll be using two colors for this section. I'll be using this as my A, which I've been using ever since, and I'll be introducing this beautiful cream color yarn to make the stitch. Okay, so you start with your main color and you chain 1, work in single crochet in first stitch, depending on the size you're making. I've listed the number of times you work in the single crochet. And then to make our first carry stitch now, because we'll be chaining, let me do that again. To make the first carry stitch, because we'll be using 2 yarn, 2 different colors, stop halfway before you complete your stitch, your single crochet, and pick up the next color of yarn in which you will be making your carry stitch with. And then you finish off the stitch. So that's the end of the first single crochet. So I've made the stitch tutorial in this stitch application. This stitch is a modified crocodile stitch in which you'll be working around this post and this post. Create an imaginary U. We'll start with this stitch and we'll crochet down on around it and over here, and we'll continue back on the row. So this is how it looks like. Turn, crocheting around this post, work in 5 double crochet around this stitch. Can you see how I've positioned my hand? Did you see that? And this is the other yarn. Let me do that again. Make sure that you leave this other yarn. 5 double crochet around this stitch. That's first, second, and the third, the fourth, the fifth. Can you see that? Look at how it looks. This is the wrong side. You work in chain 1, and then you pick this other half of the post, and you work in 5 double crochet across it in a manner that you're going up the stitch, the post. 5 double crochet again. Sorry for the mess. So we have 4. We need 1 more. Can you see how beautiful it looks? So we're now back at where we started the stitch from. So to secure this, we'll work in a single crochet, and you can switch back to your former color now. Don't worry, I'll make at least 2 more so that you understand and see how I make the stitch. So you continue, you work in single crochet in the next 9 stitches. Do remember to crochet over the yarn if you're using 2 yarn. If this part is a little challenging, I recommend you using similar color, same color. This will help with color changes and prevent bleeding. But if you want to challenge yourself, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll do 2 more. 8 and 9. Remember, we'll not finish it off. We'll change our yarn now. Can you see? I pick up this. I've dropped the blue. So we're going to make a carry stitch. And as with the previous carry stitch, we'll be working that around this imaginary U. You see it? This stitch, you work 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet, and you are back at this point where you started. So let's do this. 5 double crochet around the stitch from the row below. 1, 2, on the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and you chain 1. This is what it looks like. Can you see that? This is this back of the stitch. This is what it looks like. So to continue, we've chain 1, 5 double crochet, 5 double crochet here, chain 1. You continue 5 double crochet across the second post. So turn so that you have your stitch this way. Sorry, I'll do that again. See that? The 4th double crochet, and then you work your 5th double crochet. This is what it looks like. Great, so we have our 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet all done. The next thing now is to finish off with the carry stitch and to stabilize it. So we're working in a single crochet in this stitch. I want to change my color now. I'll pick up my blue and finish off the stitch, and then work in 9 more double single crochet to in this color till I'll make the next carry stitch. So let's make 1 more, and this will hopefully help you to understand the stitch. Here is my 9th single crochet, and instead of completing the stitch, I'll drop halfway and complete off with my B for a smooth color change. So the carry stitch again, and here's another carry stitch. So we're making the 3rd one, and we'll be working around these 2 stitches, which we refer to as posts. 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet. So I'll go this way and work in the 1st double crochet, 2nd double crochet, the 3rd, and I'll continue that way till I have 5. Chain 1, pick up the next post, and work in another 5 double crochet. Can you see that? Then we'll finish off by switching off the color. And work in single crochet to the end of the row. So that's how to end this row, and I'll be back to show the next row. So this is how the wrong side looks, and you can see how neat the contrasted colors look like. So this round, you work in chain 1 and you work in chain 2, and you work double crochet in each stitch across. So double crochet. You have to be careful when you get to the carry stitch that you don't add too many stitches or skip any. You see that? So okay. and then you continue your stitches. So a bit of a gap has been created. To know and make sure or be sure that you've not skipped or added more stitches, when you're done with this round, you can count your stitches to make sure that it's still the recommended number of stitches that you have. So that's the end of this section. It's basically a repeat of double crochet and you working the carry stitch. I hope you love the contrasts in the colors. When you make yours, do share with me so that I'll see how it looks. Thank you. Bye.